Hi, this is Dr. Tanya Cole coming to you from The Beauty of Cancer, where we strive to show you the real beauty in cancer. We are here today with Joy from the Look by Joy, and she's going to show us how to create beautiful, natural looking eyebrows.
Okay, so first, I wiped her down, I cleaned her off. Want to use something mild, like a toner. A mild toner. Then definitely want to consult with what shape you want. Do you want like a fuller brow? Do you want because she's lost a lot of her brow hair, I might not be able to just pick out what shape that she usually has, but I do see a good shape in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tint her eyebrow. Do a light base around her brow shape, her desired brow shape. So we're going to base around the brow. And then I'm not going to tint her eyebrows too dark. Because we don't want her to look like she's just all eyebrows.
Now, how long does tinting last?
The tinting lasts up to 2 weeks. Tinting should definitely be done by a professional. And I'm choosing a brown color because I don't want her tint to be too dark. After the process, I don't want her to be just all eyebrows, but I do want them to show and look natural. And since we're going to actually tint her and add the eyelash extensions, I definitely don't want the tint to overwhelm the eyebrow extensions. I'm just going to put the tint on. And then we're going to clean around the tint in the desired shape of the eyebrow, so that it stains in the desired shape that we want. Okay, so now we're going to let the tint sit in for about 20-25 minutes until we get the desired color, and then we're going to wipe it off. If you have sensitive skin, if it's not recommended by your dermatologist, I would say do not get the tint. Before we did the tint, I actually inspected your hairs for cuts and bruises. Anybody who has cuts and bruises, I definitely, any kind of open skin, I definitely would not recommend them getting tint. So, and then before you get the tint, you can always do a skin test just to see if it will cause any. If you are getting tint and you start to feel some irritation, definitely recommend that you take it off immediately. But the tint is usually, it is formulated for the brow hair and hair on the face. So it is a mild tint, it's a mild color.
Can you compare and contrast drawing in your brows with brow powder versus tinting?
Okay, the tinting is an actual stain, and it stains the hair, and if you leave it on just a little longer, there's actually stain the skin. So that's where you get the tinting from. The brow powder is a powder, so even though it's a powder, it'll last all day and all night if you don't wash it off. But the brow powder actually clings to the hair. So if you just want like a daily fix, definitely the brow powder. But if you just want to just get up every day for 2 weeks, then definitely the tint. The tint is good for vacation. And then you can combine them, because as it starts to fade, if you want to add a little brow powder just to make it a little darker, you can. And then another tip I want to give, a lot of people always ask about the pencil. The pencil is good. It's a quick fix, but the pencils usually have oil in them, and they tend to clot the pore, and they rub off easily, as opposed to the tinting and the powder doesn't rub off as easy. So if you're working out, you're on the go, it's a rainy day, you might want to stay away from the pencil. But the tinting and the brow powder are your best friend. Okay, what we're doing is called a 3D brow. This is just the beginning process. So we have your tinting, we're gonna groom you, and then we're gonna add a few extensions, and it's known as a 3D brow because it's 3-dimensional, or sometimes called a high definition brow.
Okay. For people who are in the stages of treatment,
Right.
you can basically add extensions that increase over time as the brow falls out.
Yes. So what'll happen is we'll do yours today, and then as your eyebrow hair shed, which they naturally do anyway, then you'll come in for a refill.
Now, how much does a 3D brow cost to maintain?
The average cost of a 3D brow is starting in Atlanta is about $125, and that's just for the extension services. So if you want to get the tinting and the grooming service, that's an extra $30. And then when you're ready to come in for a refill, it's $65 for the refill for the extension. And if you need to get it groomed, most likely we'll do a razor, which is just $10.
And this has to be done every
20 days. Every 20 days. And it all depends on you and how you keep up your extensions, because some people are real careful with them and they might last 25 to 30 days. But some people are harsh on them and they might come in like 15 to 20 days. The tinting lasts for 2 weeks. Yeah.
So you need to come in soon for a tint.
Well, you're actually gonna just refill in the extension.
Okay, so you won't retint.
You won't retint until we do the process all over. Because you don't want to tint the extension. All right, so we're gonna wipe the tint down just a little. And then brush through the tint a little bit. Make sure it's evened out. And so now I'm gonna begin grooming the brow with the wax. We're just waxing it to the desired shape. So right now we're just going to trim some of the eyebrow hairs. And this is going to be the last step in actually grooming the hair. Alrighty.
Ooh, very nice.
Looks good?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yep, and this is just a tinting. So next we're going to add just a few eyebrow hairs just to give it a more realistic look towards the end, because she still has her hairs here in the front. So we just want to add a few hairs maybe towards the end and just a little bit in the front where they come out. Okay? So you don't even need that much hair.
It's just coming out really here and here.
So I'm just saying, like, even with the tint, you can't even tell where it's coming out
at.
We're just going to add a few hairs to complete her look. And we're just going to add the hairs as needed. So everybody's requirements probably be a little different. Okay, so we just finished adding her extensions. So she hadn't seen them yet, so we're gonna let her see them.
Wow.
You see the difference?
Uh-huh. Yay, I have eyebrows again.